Okay, welcome to Red Barrels Explode. This is going to be our head first jumping in, looking at Chris. What's the name of this game?
ARK. Survival Evolved. I had to read it off the window. I've just been calling it ARK. I don't know its full name.
It's ARK Survival Evolved. I'm assuming from this game's name that it is another Steam survival game.
Yes, yeah, very much so.
Okay.
It's some people have mentioned that it has maybe like slightly too much in the ways of like character creation, that you're kind of able to create these sort of like monstrosities.
Yeah, but surely that's the greatest thing about. Why don't you know what? Yeah, let's just go with my Fallout method of put everything right up to one end or the other of the scale and see what comes out the other. Okay, I think we're only a winner here. I think we're really only a winner here. Yeah. Right, now, big head. Oh no, big head or tiny head? What's better? Oh wow! Yep! We're doing alright. Okay, yeah. Oh no, tiny hands. There we go. Right. That looks, I think it's a pretty good likeness.
Yeah, it makes no difference to anything in gameplay as you'd expect.
Yeah, but you can. This game is third person, right? Mostly, or it can be
first person mostly.
Okay.
You can play it in third person, but
I feel as though for the purposes of this video, perhaps you should play it in third person so we can appreciate the work we've done here.
This is the map. At the moment, all maps are kind of the same. It's one island. I think they're talking about bringing out more. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
Then you've got your spawn regions, and that's basically where you kind of spawn in. If you have a tribe and beds and things, you can spawn in with your friends. Yeah. But until you kind of like get to that level of building, you can't.
Okay, tribe. So is that basically like you would consider like a clan, or is there something in game where it's like a grouping up thing? Can you just group up with strangers? Or?
Yeah. You kind of like go up to them, hit E, and it brings up, and you can kind of invite them into your tribe. And then you know there's like a leader of a tribe, and if he dies or they leave, then it kind of goes to like the next person and that sort of thing. So
do you have to be physically present with them to join up with them? You have to actually walk right up to them?
As far as I know, to be honest, I haven't actually joined a tribe yet, so I'm not sure.
I guess we should preface this by saying this game is in early access, and so features are being added and changed all the time.
Yeah, there's been a massive outroar. You can tell by kind of the reviews on Steam. It's got mixed reviews, which is obviously not ideal for it. But it's the biggest complaint seems to be that people can't run it because it's not optimized. It's early access. It's
Well, obviously it's a graphical powerhouse. I mean, look at this fella right here. I mean, you don't get something like that on a substandard machine.
No. We do have the settings on medium, as my computer won't run it on high. Well, it does, but it kind of shits itself.
Okay. So let's just jump into this world.
Yeah. So this is kind of what you get at the start. Oh, it's dark at the minute. This is terrible.
Okay.
But you wake up on the beach. You kind of small reference to what your glowing arm thing,
like a Logan's Run kind of.
Yeah, and then that's it. That's kind of the whole thing. Now there's a fire over there, so you probably go safe with some folks.
Okay, so people generally cluster around fires. Why is fire important?
Fire for warmth, and it is also to cook your food.
Okay, so do you have like some kind of indicator that tells you how warm you are?
It's all there on the right hand side.
Okay.
So you've got the arrow, which is your leveling up, the anvil sort of thing, or weight for your inventory.
Okay. Oh, there's a fella now.
How much you can carry? Yeah. I'm keeping my distance while I explain. The water droplet is your water. The bit of meat is your food. The electricity symbol is your energy. And the first aid symbol is your health.
Of course, yes.
Then in the left-hand corner you have the extremes. So at the minute I've got a very cold symbol because I'm very cold.
So that's what's important right now?
Yeah, is to kind of go heat up.
Okay.
That's what this guy's doing. So we can hit B and talk to this guy. Hey buddy!
Hello! What's up? He's really staring intently at his arm there.
He is definitely.
He's also heavily armed and has a friend.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh.
Do you mind if I warm myself up by your fire?
Yes, you are ARK.
Hang on, I have to turn the volume up.
Alright.
Sorry, what did you say?
What do you want?
Oh, just to warm myself up by your fire, if that's okay. I literally just spawned in.
Ah, okay.
Cheers, bud.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're muted now. But,
Okay, cool.
So you can kind of, we could search their inventory of the fire, but they've probably got meat and stuff there. But I'm nice and toasty, so I'll go.
Okay.
Go run.
Oh wow, there's another
Yeah.
meat monster has shown up to join us.
So you go up to anything basically. You can sort of gather berries.
Alright.
Each berry kind of has a different property. Narco berries put things to sleep. Other berries will have different attributes. So like there's the narco berry that puts to sleep. Fiber you can kind of use to make clothes or bind things together. You just run into water to rehydrate.
Well, that's what I do.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously you're you know
Yeah.
thirsty. You just stick your head in the sink.
Yeah, you just look for the nearest large receptacle of water and just jump in.
And this you'll understand as well is the obvious way to get wood is just to punch.
You punch a tree or bush to get fuel, yes, I'll do that. Now, you were talking there about berries, you get a lot of wood there and some thatch.
Thatch, yes.
Aye. So, now you're talking about berries there a minute ago and how berries put things to sleep.
Yes.
What kind of things would we be talking about there?
Well, if you ate them for food, they would put you to sleep for a
Okay.
while, which is terrifying.
So
I did it by accident.
Okay, don't do that then.
You hit V, brings up your inventory.
Oh, there he is. Look at that
So,
man.
you know, you can just eat berries for food. Different dinosaurs, basically, you give the narco berries to dinosaurs to put them to sleep.
Okay,
while-
dinosaurs. Yes, I
whilst
noticed you're using the word dinosaurs a lot here.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sorry, there are dinosaurs.
Okay, that seems like maybe you should have led with that. It seems pretty serious.
Yeah, well, there's most.
Oh well, there's a dinosaur there. So will he? He seems to be kind of following you a bit here. No, he's just.
As you can tell by the top of the screen there, I've just defecated.
Okay. Oh, I did not notice that, but oh wow.
You kind of just do that while you're walking about.
Oh, so that wasn't because he just saw a big dinosaur? No.
No.
Okay.
Although I
Right.
think I can force myself to do it.
I'm just.
Yeah, by hitting Z.
What did that say? Not ready to defecate yet. Well, that's a fun little little notification. Back in the water we go. You ready to defecate now that you've been in the sea?
It did get me leveling up.
Okay, so you leveled up by
By jumping in the
relieving your...
ocean.
Oh, jumping in the ocean. Okay.
So usual sort of RPG style things where you just level things up slowly.
Right.
You can carry more, you can hit things harder, move more. Everything's fairly
I
self-explanatory.
suppose oxygen is holding your breath underwater.
Yeah.
More. Okay.
But then this is the difference is that you kind of you get these engram points to spend. Now, if your character dies and you respawn, you'll lose all your stuff, but you'll still have your level and your engram points unless you change over to another server, in which case you've got to start as a
Okay.
fresh spawn.
So those are your consistent things that
Yeah.
you're trying to level up, even like between deaths. Those
Yeah,
remain
yeah.
constant. Okay.
As long as you stay on the same server, and like most things are kind of like you're unknown, so you can't really plan too much. As you get higher levels, like things obviously that looks like a gun, so that I assume is unlocking a gun, but you got to be level 50.
Yeah, there's a rifle down
yeah,
there
yeah.
and some very dangerous looking objects. Okay.
Yeah. So
Right,
weird
so-
net saddle things and that sort of thing. Turrets.
What kind of level are you at the minute?
Well, I just spawned in, so level
Okay.
1. But as you can see,
Okay.
it didn't take me long to get to level.
So, from running around on the beach a bit, jumping in the water, and defecating, you have learned how to construct a spear
Yeah.
and these other things? Okay.
Yeah, no, there is like a weird sci-fi thing going on.
Yeah, as denoted by the weird thing in his arm.
Yeah, and then you've got these big ARK things with the lights.
Right, what do they do?
I have no idea. I haven't even bothered venturing that far inland yet. Now the likes of there's ones that occasionally appear that I find that are just like that, like a beam of light.
Mm-hmm.
They have boxes like crates that you can kind of open and you get stuff in them. Now you have to be the one I found. You had to be level 15. My character in the other server is only level 14, so I haven't got that far yet.
Okay.
That's mainly from jumping around, trying different servers. And it's so I don't know the sci-fi thing. I don't know where it's kind of going. Obviously, it's early access, so maybe they haven't put much story into it. But yeah, as far as the look of it goes, I think it's very impressive.
Yeah, I'm really liking what I've seen of the reflections, and in fact, the wet sand in particular, I think looks really nice. If you could just go over and if you can catch like a reflection of a light source in the wet sand, I think it looks very nice. I mean, that does look lovely.
Yeah, and that's
I really like that.
Settings as well. You know, it's
yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, maybe by the time this gets another update, maybe high will become an option. Maybe they'll optimize it. Can't really say at the minute. But yeah, so right, that dinosaur's stomping around, and he's not giving you any trouble.
No,
I assume there are ones.
Herbivores are fine.
Right, so they will just be friendly by default.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe they'll change that. I don't know. Like if you hit one of them, you're fucked.
Okay.
But as far as I can tell, so far, all leaf-eating animals are grand.
Okay.
Now there are mammoths I've seen, but I didn't get close to one. I don't know if they have young or whatever, if they get territorial. But so far, nothing that is
right. So in this particular universe, dinosaurs and mammoths are coexisting,
and humans,
and also this fella with a weird thing in his arm, and another fella with the axe by the campfire.
Yeah,
okay.
And dodos, as you can see from
and
up here.
Dodos, things that are extinct. It seems to be, except for people.
Yeah.
Unless in this universe people are technically extinct.
Yeah, or we could be an earlier version of humanity that is extinct.
But was able to fashion strange glowing technology and arcs. Who knows?
No, but I don't know, maybe taken by aliens off-world along with the dinosaurs, the dodos, and everything else.
Yeah, okay, now there are big beams of light. If you were to turn around there and look back down the beach, now there are these huge beams. Are you saying, what is it that they are? Because there's a few of them around.
From what I can tell, some of the beams are loot crates, essentially.
Okay.
But again, no real idea. I've spent my entire time just trying to survive.
Okay.
So, can't see shit.
It's really dark.
It's really super dark.
Like, it's impractically dark. Do you have any way to make a light source or anything?
No, because I've been running about instead of collecting stuff.
But you do know how to make one, though? Your guy could make one?
It's fairly simple. You basically have... you get stick, flint, and some thatch, I think, and you make a torch.
Okay.
There we go. So wood,
sense.
flint, and stone. You get a torch.
Just calling that out as a weapon, can you twat things with it?
Yes, yeah, you can hit things. But you need to make a stone pickaxe in order to get the flint. You gotta get flint from the stone.
Right.
So you pick up stones on the beach, but in order to get flint, you gotta break rocks up. Big
okay.
Rocks.
So it is following a certain sort of Minecraft style. You need this thing to get this thing, and then once you get that thing, you can build a better version of the thing you used to get it.
There we go. I can see slightly better now. So try to not about and grab some stuff.
Okay.
From just watching people play it and moving and watching how it's kind of evolving of watching.
That tree just fell over.
Yeah, you don't get a crash noise, which is somewhat disappointing.
Maybe they'll patch that in.
But yeah, people were kind of talking about, it's just another Minecraft or it's just another DayZ, but it's got dinosaurs. And it's like, yeah, it's a survival game. Like there is always going to be those elements.
Yeah, it's kind of what defines it as a genre. Really, you expect those kind of things to be in there.
I think I was watching the streamer Shrooms, and I think he put it very eloquently of you can't reinvent the wheel. It's a survival game. You got to survive. Therefore, food, crafting things.
I mean,
Defacated again.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. See, now that is something. Is that something that has existed in other survival games up to now?
Defecation?
The idea
No.
that you need to, relieve yourself.
The thing is, as well, it just sort of happens. But you can make compost from dinosaurs. Do it as well.
Okay.
So you can collect a load of fecal matter.
Can I
and
just
make
ask?
compost.
Can I just clarify? Whenever that happened, I don't know how to put this eloquently, but is there something that is being left? Is that it? Is that's a dodo who's done that?
That's a
No.
dodo.
Whenever you do it, are you leaving a physical object, as it were,
Yes.
behind you?
Yes, you're leaving
Okay.
a little ball of poop.
So
I think
basically,
that's mine there, is it?
a mechanic in this game basically does involve you harvesting
There
your
you
own.
go. Tiny bear's poop.
Okay, so you're harvesting your own leavings, or
Yeah.
that is something you can do in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
But as you can see, it has a
Right.
it decomposes in like 0 seconds. So there,
Okay.
it fades. It will eventually fade. And
Right.
you'll not be able to pick it up.
What if you pick it up? Will it stay longer than that?
It will stay in your inventory. It doesn't
Alright.
spoil for like 40 minutes or something. So you got
Okay.
time to kind of collect a load of it.
I'm
and
loving
make
that.
compost.
I'm loving the idea that a pile of poop can spoil, as if it isn't spoiled already. Okay, carry on then. Right, you were saying earlier on about that herbivores are friendly. Have you had much encounters with carnivores and threats?
Yes, I have been killed numerous times by velociraptors, and once I had managed to tame a dinosaur,
Okay.
which you do by running up with your fists, knocking it out,
Right.
which takes a while. Obviously, the higher the level, the harder it is to do.
Right.
And depending on dinosaur and level, I think. Oh, so you can see the bottom left there.
Yes.
I've got a wee stomach icon.
Is that hungry?
I am super hungry, so I'm gonna eat some birds.
Right.
Don't
Don't eat the ones that make you sleep.
No.
No.
But yeah, so what you do is you knock out a dinosaur with your fists,
Mm-hmm.
give them the narky berries to keep them asleep for longer,
Right.
as a wee taming bar slowly goes up. And if
Okay.
you,
So you're taming them while they're asleep.
they're sort of like semi-conscious, and you're kind of like, I think the idea is that you're nursing them back to health.
Okay, so you injure them and then nurse them back. So it's like Stockholm syndrome.
It's basically an abusive relationship.
Yeah, it's Stockholm syndrome. It's,
Yeah.
it's you are their captor and they come to empathize and obey you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, right. Fair enough. Well, you know what? There's a psychological. There's a real scientific finding for that kind of behavior, so I'm going to let that go. Right, so as far as dealing with the carnivores go, what's the combat like?
Combat at the minute is glitchy as hell. You'll kind of hit them with a spear or an axe or whatever you kind of fashion to defend yourself, and they will like rubber band all over the place. You'll not be able to
Okay.
kind of catch them. It's really frustrating, but it's easy to run away.
Okay.
You know,
So if you get into something, there's a way out.
yeah,
You never-
the time I got hit by now you can see my health going on when I'm hitting.
Because you're punching it with your bare
Punching a
hands.
tree, yeah.
Right.
But I can now build that. Okay. And then that appears in your inventory, and then you put that in your little quick iron slot line.
Okay.
Um,
So is that is now you use that as a tool, but it's also a weapon?
yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I assume that's this being the first one you've made. I assume it's not a particularly effective weapon.
no, it's not. It's not great. But you can. There's like a nice little mechanic as well, where you can kind of like, if you use a pickaxe on a tree, you get more thatch.
All right, so
And if
you're
you use an axe, you get more wood.
okay. So by choosing the tool,
That isn't maybe designed for getting wood.
Yeah.
You get the other thing that the tree's going to produce.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice.
so if you're using an axe, you get wood, and if you're using a pick, you're essentially
You get wood and thatch, but you'll get more thatch. Yeah. You actually get more wood and less
Okay.
thatch.
So have you got? I assume that there's a little green bar that seems to be going. I assume that's the.
Yeah, that's how long the weapons can last.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So if you were to say try to now you were talking earlier about levels and dinosaurs. So it's not just the type of dinosaur you're fighting. Each dinosaur has a certain level attached to it as well.
Yeah.
Like
So we'll go up and have a look here. So you've kind of got this dodo.
okay,
It's
so
level 3,
level 3 dodos.
but it's boosted because it's beside a body.
Oh, so they sort of they get little buffs from each
Yeah,
other
so
because they
that's-
work together.
They're male and female as well, so they're mating.
Okay.
So they will defend each other as well, so it makes it
Okay.
harder to kill.
I assume have you been killed by a pack of dodos yet?
No, not yet. So he's level 6.
Okay. He looks really he looks very formidable. He
Yeah.
looks even more formidable,
Yeah.
but he's a lower level.
He's making the screen shake though, so that's how big he is. You know. It's,
Right. So it's kind of a double sort of value proposition of this dinosaur looks mean as hell, but if he's a low level, you could maybe take him.
yeah.
Okay.
So there, he just defecated a big ball.
All right, you gonna go harvest that then?
No,
or,
you need to make like a compost bin,
okay.
and then like slowly kind of do it. But I have leveled up, so I'll give myself a new level.
Okay.
Moving straight over here. And
Okay.
some clothes.
All right, so you got trousers and a shirt. Okay. Do they act as like armor, or is this just like protection against the
you-
elements?
It has an armor of 10
Okay.
of durability, so you can kind of see, and it'll keep you warm as well. Which is,
Oh yeah, they've got little hypothermic insulation
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it's putting it very clinically. You're not just putting cog level in. All right.
so, and because you're playing early access, they give you these two little skins. So one's
Okay.
like a saddle, and then the other one's a little hat.
Okay, so but that's the same actual object. It's just looks different.
It just looks different. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, he's got a cool little hat.
So what happens when you put a shirt on it? Have you got a shirt? Did you make a shirt there?
No, I thought I did, but I don't think I. No, I didn't have enough. Didn't have enough fiber. So you
Okay.
get fiber just when you're harvesting berries. and stuff.
Why would you want to cover up that amazing torso though? I mean. Okay, so as far as are there different things that happen depending on the time of day? Because I noticed it started off when you were at night there. Is it like more dangerous at night or anything like that you've noticed?
I think so, but I think that's mainly just because you can't see what you're doing,
Okay.
and you feel it has this really good feeling of even if you have a torch and you're running about. Hopefully, you'll get to the night cycle again soon. I'm sure you should run about the torch.
Oh, look at that sound.
But it's but it's you feel so vulnerable because you're so easily seen. Like
Okay.
you saw how like we could see the campfire at the start. So like imagine that somebody can see you and like dinosaurs can see you, but you can't see past a couple of feet.
Right. So does the fire keep them away?
No,
They're not afraid of the fire.
They're not
no?
afraid of the fire. You
Okay.
can hit them with the fire, but if you want to change to a weapon, the torch goes away.
Okay.
So
then you're blind.
Then you're blind, and so it is. There's lots of like nice little things.
So you haven't seen anything that maybe would be like night vision goggles or anything like that you've seen yet?
Not yet, but there
Okay.
are GPS.
Okay, so night vision goggles could be in the realm
Yeah,
of possibility.
I mean, and there's guns and there's gun turrets and there's things like that, so you can defend your home.
Right.
Now the T-Rex that spotted me was so fast that I couldn't get away from it, and it killed the two dinosaurs that I had tamed.
Oh.
Very easily.
So you were rolling with an entourage of what kind of things? What kind of dinosaurs?
I forget their names, but they're basically just plant eaters. They're not.
Okay.
It's not like the Triceratops, where they're kind of like, got horns and they can fight. They were just like the easiest ones to kind of knock out and befriend.
Okay, yeah, so you're not going to go punch out a Triceratops at this point.
So they weren't as feeble as a dodo. Now you can see again left hand corner the red and the blue.
Alright, so you just go for a little swim in the what we have to assume is some kind of freshwater ocean.
So, but there are sharks, so I don't know how that works.
Okay, well, you know what? Maybe this is another planet where everything is the same except that sharks can live in freshwater. Or maybe the humans are different. You know what? We know nothing about the planet. In fact, have you felt as if there is some kind of goal that you're striving towards here, or have you just been sort of flapping around loose in the world, just finding stuff to do?
So far, I've just felt like surviving, and like I feel that there is like a sort of survive, and there is a purpose. You'll figure that out eventually.
Okay.
But to be honest, I haven't really cared about it because I've just been running about, and like the more dinosaurs you see, the more kind of like you wander about in the world, and the fact that you starve so quickly, and you know, it is a big fight for survival.
Yeah, I must say that I have to say that the most striking thing about this definitely is that the lighting in this game is very nice.
Yeah.
I like how you're sort of like when you were coming over the hill, how blinding that seems. Alright, I'm kind of a sucker for those kind of things,
Yeah.
but you know. So basically, what you're saying is you haven't had an ultimate purpose, but doing the stuff that's just sort of coming naturally to survive has. Would you say it's been fun?
Definitely, even with glitching, even when a dinosaur kills you because you're glitched, or I've had some problems where I'm dying no matter how much. I'm dying of starvation no matter how much I'm eating.
Okay.
Which I think
That's
was
not
just
good.
I think it was just a very small bug.
Okay.
But they're releasing patches like every day,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just wondering about the views. I don't really care of a few bugs. Like you said at the start, early access.
Okay.
You know, it'd be a bit of a dick move to be playing a game, enjoying it, and then like complain that you lost your character and stuff because it's, you know, because of a bug. It's early access, and I mean, look at that.
Yeah, no, that's
You
great.
know what
I mean, yeah. So how often are they sort of patching this?
Every day.
Okay.
So far, every day since this is one of the dinosaurs I had, sorry. But yeah, so far every day a new patch has come out. Sometimes twice a day.
I was perfect. Yep.
So I'll punch this guy so you can hopefully see maybe the fix.
I would not punch this
They
guy.
don't attack you; they just run off.
Oh wow. Okay, that's very nice of you.
Um,
Oh, a little bit of a. Oh, he's
so
not doing well
see,
at all.
See where he kind of went down a bit and then glitched back up. So it is glitchy. I'll see if I can find a carnivore. One of the little what was it?
Dilophosaurus. That's the one. The Jurassic
Spiders.
Park killing Dennis Nedry monster. Yeah. If you got a nerd, you need taken out. That's the one. Okay, it's awful barren over there.
Yeah. But I mean, like there was one point where I just like walked up over a hill and I looked down and it was like the fucking land before time. It was really, it was so beautiful, and I don't know, it made me not care that I kind of immediately died 5 seconds later by torn apart by velociraptors.
So have you noticed that there's like a consistency with like in let's say the Far Cry games recently have done this quite well, where certain areas contain certain types of wildlife?
I haven't noticed, no. Oh, so here's one of the little guys, gonna punch him.
Oh, that's one of them, yeah.
So you see where he kind of glitched off to the side?
Yeah, he's kind of running around. He is busy. Oh,
bugger.
oh, you are now Dennis Nedry, well done.
Dennis Nedry.
Okay. Maybe, can you... This doesn't seem like the most effective way to tackle an animal like this. He's level 23 as well. Or sorry, she rather. It says wild female.
Yeah.
There.
So this actually already isn't glitching as much as trying to beat them up yesterday.
Okay, so they have released. How many patches have there been since you played it yesterday?
3.
Wow, 3. Okay.
There was 1 last night and then 2 this morning.
All right.
Or seemed to be anyway. I'm not having a lot of, but it's sort of glitches.
Yeah. I mean, you get that, and you.
Oh, but there we go.
There you go. Is it dead?
It is unconscious.
Alright, so can you now...
So now I could try and befriend it, but I don't have any meat.
Okay.
But I'll show you, see if we can...
You can drug it, right?
Yeah, so I can put the narco berries in. Now the problem with the stem berries is I think they wake it up.
Yeah, that...
So we'll try... So you can kind of remote feed them.
So you're clicking that button to use it on whatever's in front of you?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm remote feeding it as well, so force feeding. But you see its unconscious bar went up.
Right.
So that's from the narco berries. Now I need to kind of find... I don't really want to die from Stegosaurus, so I either need to like find a dodo or maybe some berries. I'll try some berries, see if it eats berries as well.
You think, I mean, it is
a carnivore though,
Yeah.
so I assume that it doesn't eat berries.
have you come across any omnivores so far?
Not that I've noticed,
Okay.
but I don't know very much about dinosaur physiology, so...
Okay, yeah, it's hard to tell whether something is one or the other. Now, does it denote it on them whenever you're fighting them? Was it, I didn't see. Was there an indicator that it was a carnivore or a herbivore before? Or do you just sort of have to look at it and go, that looks like a carnivore?
I think to be honest, Jurassic Park is probably you know, you see
So just
velociraptors and you
watch-
see this,
yeah,
and
so-
you kind of like,
So for this game, watch Jurassic Park first, and then based on that, choose your targets wisely.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Right. Okay.
Hope for the best. So
Hey,
he
again-
doesn't seem to be eating any of these berries.
Yeah.
I've only put 3 in, so yeah, I think it's safe to say
He's exclusively a meat eater.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
But what I will do is now that he's unconscious, just kill him.
Okay. That's
So you get hide, and you can
Right.
also get meat as well.
so. Then you could use that meat to feed the next one, so you don't have to be reduced to the horrible monster that you are
Yeah.
now by murdering a sleeping animal.
It's a sleeping carnivore, though.
Okay.
So I will show you as well just what happens when you. Hello.
When you fight a big fella.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
yeah.
immediately hit by the tail.
Yeah. You have
my
lost
health.
2/3 of your health.
Yep.
Um,
And he's now. He's
So he will still run away like all the other herbivores.
oh,
It's
but
just,
he's coming for me. Hello.
Okay. Well, I think that's a good place to maybe leave it here. Well, actually, do you want to...
So you
we
get to see
don't-
the
yeah.
respawn and stuff.
Right, we'll have a look at the map as well. You get a...
So you kind of slowly get it. The more you explore, the more you find out of the map.
Okay. So, can you bring up a map now and look at it from where you currently are?
Yeah.
Right.
So just see. So you can see I have all my engrams again, but I have none of my tools.
You still seem to have a funny hat there, though.
It will stay with you, yeah.
Right, so your
But
clothing...
it's no. You see, it's not a hat. It's just a skin for a hat.
Okay,
So
that's your unlock for
Yeah,
your early
yeah,
access.
yeah.
Okay, right. Fair enough. So you have to now go and make more clothes again.
Yeah, you start off from scratch.
Right, but it's
fully look at that
Dear-
beautiful guy.
Look at that Adonis.
Even lift, bro. Even lift.
Oh, there we go. This is an awful lot of.
Dino poop.
I wasn't going to say that, but yeah, you know what? If we're doing it, let's just lean into it. There's an awful lot of poop in this game.
Yeah.
I'm noticing. It seems to be happening with an alarming frequency everywhere you go. Right. So can you bring up the map now? Just
yes,
get an idea
sorry.
of the scale of this world here now.
So, on the server we're playing on a player versus environment server.
Okay.
So they're kind of more strict, I guess, on what you can see. Normally, you can see a little me pointer to let you know where you are.
Yes.
At the moment, we don't really know.
So because of the nature of how this server's been set up,
Yeah.
you can't see that. So someone's kind of gone a bit hardcore. This is like for hardcore.
Yeah. This is
If you want to be able to like triangulate your position and stuff,
How's that for your glare?
it's nice. It's a little bit.
It's too much.
It's a little bit too much, if I'm honest. You know, there's impressive, and then there's just overkill. But yeah, so this is the kind of thing. If you want to do some orienteering and really lean into it, that's the kind of thing you gotta go for.
You probably can. It's like Daisy in that way. You know, you gotta like you can make a compass, and you gotta find your way by using landmarks.
Right. Yes.
And slowly, you know, you can tell people to meet you at longitude, latitude. You know,
Right, because that could be confounded by. I mean, I'm not noticing on this map altitude markers or anything like that you would normally get. So I feel as though
it's all drawn on.
So
it's like it's to give you this thing
Ah.
of like your person
yes,
is drawing this.
so I see in the corner there is actually shading
Yeah.
that I guess would denote altitude and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So because if you're looking for like say mountains or something, trying to gauge your position by something like that, it's handy to be able to see that
Yeah.
on the map.
And the arcs are great for that as well.
Oh, of course, because they're static.
they're big beams of light and big
Yeah.
kind of monolith things floating in the sky.
So you can always sort of gauge which way's north by looking at one of those that you're familiar with, and then
Yeah, I mean I've only kind of like been staying in kind of small areas, trying to build houses and survive and that sort of thing. But it's good, you can kind of like, if you have one close to you, you can kind of go, right, well, that's on my right, so as long as I stay on this side, that sort of thing.
okay. All right. So is there much more to this at the minute?
There is, like, level-wise, it's just about kind of...
Speaking of which,
Yeah. So just by running about and by doing stuff, you level up. You kill a high-level dinosaur, you level up a bit more, I guess. And you just, the more stuff you do, the better you get.
okay.
Staying close to water sources, you can get water skins. They slowly leak water.
Okay. So you can bring some with you.
But yeah, you can kind of go inland. What I've been doing is kind of following the rivers inland. So there are fish, there are things you can kind of harvest, and you can grow with the compost and that sort of thing. Now there is, as you can see, that giant scorpion.
That looks exactly like one of the rad scorpions from Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Suspiciously so. I guess a scorpion's a scorpion, really, when you get down to it.
Yeah,
though, right?
you know, it's a big scorpion. So certain animals and things will have, they can kind of like run around the side of the Triceratops, and it doesn't have a good turning arc. It seems like quite a good turning arc, tranquilized. So I'm slowly going to end up falling asleep, I guess.
And then while you're asleep,
it will. I've seen people's when you leave the server, your body remains. So I've seen people like kind of being like dragged. I was dragged to the beach and all that stuff.
Right. So how would you deal with that then, if knowing that in advance? If you didn't want anyone to mess with your body, what are the options?
You got to build a house. So I could theoretically tame the guy.
Okay, so you can have a scorpion rolling with you?
Yeah, but I'm just going to kill it.
Okay. Is that because you're using it because you don't have the current equipment?
I don't have the current equipment, and you'll get like meat and that sort of stuff.
But, because to be honest, it would be pretty awesome to have a giant scorpion rolling around with you, I think.
I think you can ride the scorpions. I honestly don't know, I haven't seen anything.
Okay, so we'll not commit to that, but let's commit to the idea that that's great.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
There we go. So I lost a bit of health within that, but sure.
Well, you know what? I'd say, given what you've described so far, your death is pretty much inevitable.
Yeah.
At this point, anyway.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But if you have a bed, you can like respawn on your bed. You still lose all your stuff, but at least you kind of respawn. You'll have a respawn point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things. It depends like how much you want to get invested. If you want to like level up and slowly like build more and more stuff, or you can. I mean, so far, like I say, I've just been building like one little settlement and slowly building more and more stuff and slowly leveling up. And it took me ages to kind of find a server that I wanted to be on that was kind of more sort of role play, kind of PvE rather than PvP.
Okay. Right. So you're saying that if you want, the depth is currently in here.
Yeah.
Really
I mean, it's
it.
definitely like, I think the things that they're talking about doing is like, obviously optimizing it, adding in. I think they've only got 30 at the minute. They want to add in another 40 creatures. And then story-wise, I don't know how it sort of evolves. Maybe like the more you unlock stuff, the more you find out.
But hey, it's early access, so maybe who knows, they'll
patch
in more stuff at a later date. You can't really say.
It's because it's a survival game. Are you playing it wrong by just having a laugh and building a little settlement, or should you be trying to find this overarching story? I think it's up to the person playing, what they kind of want to do, and that's definitely an up point for me, is kind of just the ability to kind of go, sod it, I'm going to try and make friends with this dinosaur and plant some crops and that sort of thing.
And
kind of
name him Denver.
Yeah.
So how much is it at the minute?
At the minute it was on special offer. I don't know if it still is, but it was like 19 quid.
Okay. Alright, cool. So this is something you're going to continue to play this, you think, for a while?
Oh, absolutely. Like until I build guns and turrets and that sort of thing, definitely. Because I think it just... writing about being a dino rider. That's
Dino riders, indeed. Let's not get too heavily into talking about dino riders now, because we'll be here all day.
But yeah, it's definitely a good game. I think all the bugs are, it's early access.
Yeah. You expect that kind of thing at the minute. Yeah.
And it's definitely super fun.
Okay.
Even if you lose stuff, the fact you still get your engrams and that sort of thing. I think the only thing that I've found frustrating at the moment is server restarting, and I was kind of like halfway. No, I'd befriended a dinosaur, and with the server restarting, it went back to I was only starting to tame it, so I had to go through the process of like picking hundreds of berries again, and that was frustrating.
Okay.
But again, it's early access, and I still did it. I still went back and tamed it again. So
Alright,
I
yeah,
think that's
and
testament to
what is a survival game without consequences? Eh? It's all consequences
Without
and loss.
monotony of
Yeah.
having to redo the same thing again
Yeah,
and again.
so if you're into that, then this seems like a pretty good
Yeah,
place to go.
I
Cool.
think it's definitely a worthwhile thing. I'm
Alright,
gonna try and find a shark just because
just 'cause it's
sharks
funny.
terrify me. They were having a real bug with the sharks as well, where there was like 4 or 5 of them, all in like a little kind of pod, I guess, or whatever, and they were swimming like a couple of centimeters above the water.
Okay, yeah.
Which
like-
was pretty funny.
This is like the old no horse bug in Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, just
A man flying
on the road.
flying backwards down a road 5 feet off the ground in the wrong direction. Yeah.
So no, I mean I don't know enough, I guess, about what do you call the giant prehistoric sharks,
Megalodon?
megalodon. No, because these.
I think
these,
that's right.
no,
Nobody
no,
could
no,
have
you're right. But yeah, they don't seem massive. They seem like the size of a tiger shark rather than
Okay,
the
so
size of
it's,
a great white.
it doesn't seem like it's a prehistoric shark. Oh, is it a turtle?
Yeah.
Is it a giant turtle?
No, it's one of the big spiky ones that we
Oh,
walk past.
so those. Oh, right. Yeah, it's like one of those. It looks suspiciously like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, like very, very much so.
I'm gonna actually. But yeah, they weren't particularly big. But I did see a massive crocodile-looking thing.
Okay.
No, I didn't go close to see what it was. I ran immediately in the opposite
But
direction.
size-wise, it was a lot
It
bigger
was
than a regular crocodile.
Huge, yeah.
Okay.
I was just like dandering out of a lake. It's like something out of a B movie.
Like a sci-fi original. You know, one of those ones? Yeah. Okay.
What are your impressions? Kind of seeing sometimes just let it dry.
I mean, it looks cool. I mean, I have not really delved too deeply into the survival genre myself. I tend to prefer something that has like a written story. I do appreciate it when you can sort of, you know, have a game that has this kind of scope. You can just write your own story. You know, it seems like it's just this game's about the stuff that just sort of happened to you and how you dealt with it rather than anything else.
Yeah.
So I can see the appeal. Also, I have to. It does compared to a lot of the other ones I've seen. It does look quite nice. I mean, visually, you know, it's like I just say there's a lot of glitching and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's something that I think I could be terrified about getting lost in.
Yeah.
For
I
like
think that's all
lose
survival games.
yeah, like to lose I mean, like in time wise as well as geographically in the game. You know, just
Yeah.
you could potentially sit down and set out to do something and lose an entire afternoon to something like this. But yeah, that looks pretty good.
Sweet.
Yeah, well, thanks for sitting down and showing it to me.
No worries.
Right, no problem. All right.